I'm learning so much today, and so I'm really happy to be here. We are kind of new to the maker movement. What happened to us is we we are a class 3 library. We serve the city of Coopersville and 3 other townships, and we're really spread out. So basically, we get a lot of our usage from the city of Coopersville. We just recently expanded and renovated our library, and so we're kind of learning how to use our new space. And we've had some success and some challenges. So I'm just going to talk about that a little bit. My library staff, we are strong makers. We used the maker movement to kind of sell the bond to our community. And what we understand is that our community wanted space in the library to make and create. So that's what we did. The importance of making it integrates book knowledge with hands-on doing, fosters creativity and collaboration. We just think that it's another way to learn, and we know that it enhances literacy. So that's why we focus on it, and that's why we do it here at the library. Our old space, I'm going to get to some of our pictures. This is one of our events that we had in our old space. We had a gingerbread house making family event, and you can see how crowded it was, and we did it anyway. And people come because they want to create and they want to do things as a family. We've always done Legos and Little Bits, been a popular program. Let's see. There are some of our Little Bits creators. And we usually try to do a theme, create a, so that there's some focus. We always have an annual Dr. Seuss making event. That's super fun. That's coming up here real soon. And we just use supplies, whatever we can find. This is something that I think I have to offer this conversation. We created a teen film making workshop and a teen film festival. We got a grant from our local Rotary to buy some equipment, and so we're going to offer that, make it an annual event. We want to expand it to the adult community as well, but right now we're focused on teens. If you're interested in this, I can send you the PowerPoint that we used and some of the materials that we used for this event. And it's just been really fun and popular. We always give out 3 awards. We've had some great films. This is going to be our third year, I believe, doing it. Last year we had a lot of fun. We have a People's Choice Award, and then we had an event at night and invited the families in the community to come and view the films, and that was really fun. This was some of our low-tech making. We do a wreath making workshop, super popular. And we've also tried some art making workshops, which I think that's one of the niches we have in our community, because what I find, we have our farm museum in the community here does a lot of making activities, and we also have a pretty active robotics club at our high school. So what we feel like we're trying to find a niche here in our community, and one of the places is with the arts. So we've offered some hands-on creative events, and this is one of the materials that we use was Celebrate Your Creative Self by Mary Todd Beam. And we had keep it open-ended and provide the participants with the materials and the basics for a project, and then let them go from there. Ongoing programs, we have a knitting club, Legos and Little Bits the Teen Advisory Board, Teen Film Festival. This is a picture of our new space, which is our new community room. And I have been reluctant to actually set up a maker space permanently in there because it's used for so many different things, but I do like the idea of a pop-up maker space. And so this year we tried a holiday maker space, which was really, really popular, well attended. We had some things go really right and some things that didn't go so well. And I think that knowing we didn't have enough activities for really young children. So we had really young children trying to do some of the harder activities. So next time we would definitely know who was invited and have a little bit more making for those younger children. But it was really fun. You know, we started a knitting club about 3 years ago, and they are really committed. We do some group projects together, and we also do some, everybody has something different that they're doing. So there's a lot of collaboration and a lot of sharing that goes on. That's a super popular program. And our teen advisory board, we just started a new teen advisory board, and I was really happy to hear some of the ideas from some of the other presenters, because I'm going to try to incorporate those with our teens. Some of the future plans for Makerspace, we want to do, we bought a button maker. If anybody has a die cut machines and has been using them, I'd love to hear about what they're doing and how they're doing it. Future planned events, we want to do the take apart for the kids of all ages, and we're planning a lot of Makerspace opportunities for this summer, just basically do it yourself craft type of things. And that's about all I have.
Thanks so much, LaVonne. We really love your space, and having that community room as sort of a flexible space that can have different things at different times is really, really useful, especially for maker spaces, maker activities that can range from the young to the old. So that's really great. We'll keep collecting questions for LaVonne, and we'll move on to our next presenter. And that is Justin Schell from right here on campus at the Shapiro Design Lab here.
So I have a question for you, LaVonne. It's Kristen. My question is about the Farm Museum that's right across the parking lot. And so you've got sort of two institutions really close together, both of whom are really interested in the maker movement. Obviously, one coming from the history of farms, so there's a lot of quilting and concerts and stuff. And others, and then yours is coming from a different perspective. How do you balance when you're not the only institution in town who's engaged in maker work?
Well, it is a little challenging to balance it out. You know, it used to be that we didn't have the space, so the Farm Museum did a lot of things that more hands-on stuff that we feel like we are more technology oriented, although I think what attracts a lot of people is the do-it-yourself hands-on things. I don't think it's always technology. It is a bit of a challenge. I talked to Leanne the other day, and she had invited an author in for an event, and now that we have the space, you know, some of the participants are asking why the library is not doing it and why they are doing it. So it is a bit of a challenge when you have a place in very close proximity that's doing a lot of making. So we're still, trying to find our niche, sort of. We offer early literacy. We offer. We've started a teen board. We have some of the adult classes going on. So I think once people realize that there are more opportunities here, especially with the use of our community room, they will participate more, but it has been a challenge.
I agree. And yet in a small community, sometimes I think it's really helpful to say, like, I don't need to deal with this because the farm museum takes care of that, or the science museum down the street takes care of that, or the schools are doing it. It can sometimes be a way to stretch our money. I also wanted to ask a question because you are a potter, you are an artist yourself. And how does that change? Do you feel like that's altered the way you think about the maker movement?
What's altered it for me is the open-endedness, thinking about it in an open-ended aspect. Like my making has a lot of times been sort of a prescribed making, like especially with pottery or so. For me, the opening it up and being more collaborative and not always having a prescribed outcome, that's what's altered it for me a little bit. Being more open to having things not go as planned and be just more open-ended.
So I think that's a really great